I'm going to introduce you to Gwendi, and she's going to talk about the #1 mistake to avoid when you find your profitable niche. Now, Gwendi here is awesome. She's the niche queen, and she's helped countless entrepreneurs settle into profitable niche with some big results. She'll be talking about the #1 mistake to avoid when you find your niche and share her process on how to ensure your niche is profitable. So, with no further ado, let's welcome Gwendi virtually. Hey!
Thank you, thank you. So I'm Gwen. I'm the niche queen, and what that means is I help you be queen of your niche. And if you want to learn how to name, claim, or promote your niche, that's what I'm going to speak about or start your thinking process about today. And when I say niche, I mean especially profitable niche, because we want to, of course, have a business that generates enough money so we can pay our contractors and thrive, so our communities, our families, and everybody around us thrives. So if you want to work on your niche, the first thing I would say is that you need to set yourself apart. So you don't need to be even better than the competition. You just need to be different. And that's really important to note. And really what I tell people is there's a tribe for everybody. And there's also more than enough clients for all of us, even though we maybe sometimes in these times, oh my God, the world is crumbling. But I can tell you, keep showing up and be here. And join the movement to be the economy and keep this flowing. And if you don't know me, I used to be creating brand strategies for big companies in corporate London, like MTV, Getty Images, and EA Games. And now I've changed. I've changed to teaching at Central St. Martin's and helping entrepreneurs find their niche. So I really love giving practical tips and facts. But today, of course, I know you want to be hearing ideas worth spreading, and you want to have a TED Talk style entertainment. So I'm going to curb my whole impulse to give you a full list of actionable steps. And I'll just explain today why it's really crucial that your motivation, why you start your business, that will decide whether you will be successful or not. And your motivation should really be that you are obsessed with helping your people. Oftentimes this comes from a own bad experience that we've had in our life. And because this is a TED thing, I'm going to share one of my life experiences that motivated me. And so maybe you can see how things like that apply in your life as well. So if you want more facts and practical tips, subscribe to my podcast. Exactly, that episode is coming out on Friday. But tonight, let's just get into the story how I once got something really, really wrong. And it cost me, it was painful, and I want you to avoid it. So what's the motivation and the mission behind your business? I guess many of you, you're quite purpose driven. So why do you do what you do? Let me know in the chat while I share my screen. But yeah, I would love to hear that. Why you do, what drove you to do your business? Okay, and here's a thing coming, a shared part of my screen. Okay, let me just do this. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yeah, good. Okay. So actually, let's start at the beginning. And this is really a real life drawing I once did. And these are my kids. And I was dreaming to create a flourishing business that I could wrap around my life. And if you are the same, then let me tell you, you are not alone. And if you try to get your business off the ground and you find it hard, then do know I've so been there. And so if you can relate, I know how you feel. And I will be today sharing one of the tough lessons I've learned in my business life. So I've said I used to be creative lead and in corporate London, and I always wanted to be boss, not lead. I wanted to be boss. And so a couple of months after our youngest was born, I decided to create and sell an educational kids bedtime app. And let me just see in the chat, I think people have, I see people have already given their missions. I love that. I'm going to look, making the world a better place, empower other women. I love that. Yeah. I knew I've come to the right place today with this talk. So anyway, for me, the first business I started was really motivated by creative mission and financial. But so I had 3 kids under 4 who were bad sleepers, and I wanted to make money with passive income. So I wanted to be on the playground, the baby in the sling, 2 kids there on the swings, checking the app store, coins rolling in from that app. And I was obsessed with that idea. So my motivation, I've said, was creative. So that's quite honorable. But of course, the main motivation you should have should be, and if you want to sustain your efforts in the long term, and of course change the world and make it better, it should really be helping others and having that will to do good for others. That should be the driving force behind your business. That's what will get you through the hard times and get you out of bed at 5 a.m. And if I'm honest, for me, making the sleep app was definitely not born out of a desire to help other parents sort out their kids' sleep. And I was not interested either in riffing about kids' sleep. So that this purpose was completely missing from my app. And I pulled off the production, it went live, and then came the moment. As I didn't have a big budget, of course, the promoting is like we all do. We speak, we do all that content and personal brand and niche marketing. So I didn't enjoy promoting the sleep thing. I did not want to be the sleep lady. I did not want to claim that expert spot, and I did not want to preach about sleep from the mountaintops at all. And that's what I should have been doing in webinars, writing, blogs, on social media. And I didn't want to do it. I found it boring. I wasn't feeling qualified for it, and I did not feel passionate. So that whole marketing plan fell flat, and I did not communicate about sleep. So if you're starting a business or promoting or pivoting your business, you need to be really, really clear that your main purpose of why you're doing it should be born out of a passion to help people and to solve that problem, because then it will keep you going. It will give you that empathy to your ideal customers that will help you communicate to them. So for me, that wasn't meant to be in that case. And I remember still the glum January when I had to let go of that business. And I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that. And I can tell you it was very, very depressing. It was very sad. I was really upset about it. And I went back, or I knew I want to go back to my profession as a brand strategist, but I wasn't going to go back to corporate London. So I felt something much better. I felt I'm called actually to help entrepreneurs sort out their niche, entrepreneurs like I was once, and make sure they don't make the same mistake that I did. And this purpose, seeing you, seeing my clients, seeing other entrepreneurs thrive, that is for me, it's so much joy. And yeah, it's what helps me push myself to do very, very brave things like this. And I think you're gonna love this. Elliot is right here at the front. That's me bricking it. And you may remember the good old days like that when we could come together and just, I was pushing myself to speak on stage, but I knew I wanted to do that because I could spread my message, and that purpose really keeps me going to do anything right now. So hearing how well my clients are doing makes me very happy. And seeing you thrive, families thrive, and communities thrive. So if you're looking to get on that track, to get your niche profitable so that all the thriving can happen, then I would recommend you check whether your niche is tightly defined, as tight as possible. And that doesn't mean it needs to be small, because they are not small, they're just an inch wide and a mile deep. But that niche needs to be tightly defined and also run by a list of 10 questions. And the first question is, do I actually enjoy helping people with what I'm selling? So if you're all, I know you are all probably saying, yes, for sure, I love what I'm doing, but this is the first question that I start people out. And like you can see, I got it wrong once, so it is possible. So if you are obsessed with helping people with that, that's the one of the things that will keep you going in the long run. And there's two types of business people. Some of them, they are there to just flog dog tags on Amazon, and that's a business. They don't need to be passionate about the dog tags. They just send out the parcels each day, and that's a fine business as well. But if you are here on the planet to help people, to make the planet better, and with a desire to help, then that's the way to go. Make sure your niche is profitable so you can see everybody thrive. So yeah, if you want to hear the other 9 questions, make sure to plug into my podcast. The next one's coming out on Friday. So that's me. I've lost track of my time. Yeah.
It's time. And let's give a virtual round of applause. Yay!